Good morning, everyone. Today I'll be talking about the principle of constant and never-ending improvement. The principle of canal, constant and never-ending improvement. It's not enough to emerge. A lot of people have emerged in time past and they are no longer relevant. So you need to understand sustained emergence. And that comes when you understand this principle of constant and never-ending improvement. So many years ago, about 10 years ago, I was on 2Go and I used Facebook also. Now, to-go is no more relevant. Nobody uses to-go anymore. But everybody is still on Facebook because Mark Zuckerberg and his team, they understood this principle of constant and never-ending improvement. Each year you go on Facebook, you see new features, you see new statuses. Things are changing every day. And that's why we are all fascinated by this same Facebook till this very day. So if you're going to be a singer and a speaker, you cannot sing like everybody sing, or like you sang yesterday, or you sang last year, and you want to be sought after, or you want to emerge.
On the topic, the emergence, you need to know that there is nothing as powerful as the human spirit. You need to know that your ability to emerge and your ability to visualize your dream will give you a full chance of emerging. So you need to break forth, fight a good fight of faith, and think it, see it, and declare it.
I'm talking to you guys on knowledge. Now, knowledge can actually be gotten from two words, know and edge. Whatsoever you know gives you an edge over a person or a thing. Now, for me, knowledge, just as sight is to the eyes, that is how knowledge is to the mind. Because sight is the ability for us to see objects in the presence of light, and also knowledge is the ability for us to see opportunities where people find difficulty. Now, for me, I would define knowledge to be the progressive realization of ignorance. As young people, for us to be able to emerge and stand out, we need to grow ourselves in the necessary virtues and value that will make us become relevant. Thank you very much.
Have you ever wondered that probably where you are today is as a result of your thoughts yesterday? A wise man said, you'll be where you are in the next 5 years, except for two things. One, your imagination, and secondly, the people with whom you work. Norman Vincent Peale, in The Power of Positive Thinking, said, your mind is so powerful because it loves to complete anything it has picture. That is to say, wherever you are today is as a result of the thoughts you have acquired yesterday. Now, until you have a mental picture of your future, you will not future in it. And my advice is to every one of you is change your mindset, change how you think. Philippians 4 verse 8 said, finally, brethren, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are honest, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are of good report, if there be any virtue and if there be any praise, think on these things. Thank you very much.
When you die today, what will you be remembered for? You see, the life of a man is not determined by how long he lived, but the amount of impact and influence he has made while he was on earth. You see, that you are doing a lot of things now does not actually mean that you are getting a lot of things done. Movement never equates impact, and movement never equates progress. God bless you.
What seems to be trending now is depression. This person is committing suicide. Someone is saying, I just want to end it all now. But what happens when you have the joy of the Lord? The joy of the Lord is our strength, as we know in Nehemiah chapter 8, verse 10. Now, the joy of the Lord being our strength means that the joy of the Lord is a place for safety. The joy of the Lord is a safe harbor in our tumultuous world. The joy of the Lord in this time is a place of protection. So whenever you see someone who is depressed, whenever you see someone who is lost or abandoned or feels forsaken, or when you see someone who is confused, then what that person truly needs is the joy of the Lord. And how do you get the joy of the Lord? You cannot have the joy of the Lord without having a relationship with the Lord Jesus Christ. Thank you.
You're not born a champion, but you have an ability to become one. Ellen Moshanga Jr. said, everyone, regardless your bringing, your background, has something of value to bring to the table of life. We all have something to bring to the table of life. Sam Adeyemi said something. He said, your existence is a proof that your destiny is needed in life. So don't look down on yourself. Believe in yourself that I can be what I want to be in future. I can be that person I really want to be. Just look, believe in yourself. Say, this is what I can do. This is what I believe I can do. And that's all. Thank you.
Isaiah 55 verse 10, it says, it giveth seed to the sower and bread to the eater. Now hear this, seeds are meant to be sown. bread are meant for eating. But the problem we have is that most times we eat our seed and keep our bread. And that is why we go around the clock, hustling and working and have nothing to show for it. You know why? Because you've just eaten your seed and you want your bread to germinate. It will never work. Thank you very much.
Succeed or be successful. Now, if you really want to succeed, don't accept an alternative to your success. And don't give room for excuses. But when you accept excuses, you become little. No matter how reasonable excuses may be, please do not accept. Let me tell you something. Reasonable excuses are associated with failures. But the success-minded will succeed, even if the means is unreasonable. If you begin to give excuses, then you fail. You stop trying. You give up trying, and you don't believe in yourself anymore. But if you believe that you will succeed, then you will think again. You will re-strategize. You ask yourself, what have I been doing wrong? What do I need to do more and increase my input and get the result I desire? I tell you, don't forget this popular saying, run. Fly. If you cannot fly, run. And if you can't run, walk. If you can't walk, crawl. Just make sure you are moving.
Just say the invisible. You are not a failure just because you fail. You are a failure just because you fail to realize that the resources in that failure. Failure does not mean that because you fail. Now, when you fail once, you have to be persistent because the future ahead of you matters. Now, when you fail once and you give up, then you are a genuine failure. So a man is successful in life when he or she sees beyond what he or she sees himself to be. You can never go beyond who you think yourself to be. What makes you greater in height is that when you see the invisible. As a youth, you have to see the invisible because success lies in seeing the visible. Joseph, the dreamer, see the invisible and he persistently walked towards that invisible, and at the end of it all, he becomes successful. Thank you.